Good. All right. Hi guys. Welcome to Charities Baba USA, your #1 channel. This is Charity Nganga, and I have a guest here, a very important guest. You see this hat over here? This is a very, very important guest that we have. So he's gonna introduce himself. But before that, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Hit the like button. This is where you get the most correct and perfect information. So I can't recognize you in that uniform. Can you? Can you please introduce yourself?
Hi, you've probably seen me before on the channel. I'm Eric Anganga. You've seen me on previous videos, like the video about Eric buying his first car. You can go to that one and watch it. And there's also a video on adjusting to America that I'm in as well. But yeah, I'm Charity's son, and welcome to Charity's Bubble.
Oh wow, so today we are going to do an interview for this fine young man. He is all dressed up and he's going to tell us all about it. So tell us a little bit more about how you are dressed today.
I'm dressed in my dress blues. That's Marine Corps. It's Marine Corps uniform from the Marine Corps.
Okay.
I just recently graduated from boot camp, and it's been a very long journey.
Congratulations, we are so proud of you.
Thank you.
So as a young man, I just want you to take us through the journey, like why the Marines, why the military, like I just want you to share that journey, like what happened, did you have any challenges and everything, so just tell us a little bit more about that.
Do you want to know like
Why?
the tangible stuff or like the personal, like why?
So where did you start? Like why did you think about going to the Marines?
It was at first it was a great opportunity to get into things like real estate, and also I really didn't like where my life was. Not necessarily didn't like where my life was. I just wanted to change and see if I could do more with the time that I have here. So I was going to join the Air Force first actually, and then I went down to the recruiting depot and I found the Marine Corps, and mostly I'd say the most personal reason that I joined was for the brotherhood.
Okay.
The brotherhood of the Marine Corps, and that's what pulled me in the most. It was a band of brothers, people who can die for you, who you can die for. Plus also the benefits that come with joining the military. I'll be able to go to school, and there's a lot of careers I can pursue now. And it's also a great honor to serve the country. It's a great honor to be part of something greater than myself.
Yeah, thank you for your service. So how did it start? No, you went in. Did you have to do a test, or did you just go in and they took you in, or how does that process start?
So the process is it's a little bit difficult. Well, it's not very difficult. You meet your recruiter first, and then you have to do papers. You have to sign a lot of stuff. Just to like say, like you have to choose your job, what job you want to do in the military, and they have all sorts of jobs there. And you have to go to this thing called a MEP station, which is where like you get processed into the military. And so I had to do that. That took about a month. But what really helped me at first was that I was very fit. I could run a lot. I could do a lot of pull-ups. I could do a lot of push-ups, and that gave me a lot of confidence, especially in the Marine Corps, which is where you're expected to be very fit. And so yeah, you sign your papers, and then you get shipped off to boot camp. My boot camp was in California, San Diego, California. And first day you get there, you get in some buses. They tell you put your heads down, so you have to ride the bus while not looking at the windows. And immediately when you get into the recruiting depot, they make you stand on some yellow footprints. Maybe you guys have heard of that, yellow footprints, and
I heard about that. Yeah.
Yeah, you stand at yellow footprints, and they're all yelling at you, giving you orders, and it's a completely different change from being a civilian, because in the regular world, nobody's yelling at you, nobody's telling you to do things. You just expect to do things by yourself. You're not taking orders from anybody. But yeah, it was a big change. So we're getting yelled at to get inside. We get all our belongings taken away, our phones, our wallets, everything.
So what was that, the first day?
This is the first day. This is about an hour after we get there. And we get our first phone call. And the phone call, you have to read off of a letter in front of you. And it says, "Hello, this is recruit so-and-so." My name is "Hello, this is recruit Nganga. reporting in that I have arrived safely at Marine Corps Recruiting Depot San Diego. I will contact you as soon as possible, whenever I have a chance.
So was that the phone call?
That was the phone call that you gave, yes.
What was the noises? Because there were so many noises. I was like, what's going on?
That was the drill instructors yelling. That was all the other people calling their phones. You're supposed to scream when you're on the phone.
Okay.
So you could hear recruits screaming, you could hear drill instructors screaming, and that was all the commotion that was happening.
So it happens like, not only you, it's like a group of people.
A lot of us, yes. There was about, our boss was about 34 people that were getting processed into that night. Well, just with that bus, there's also a lot of people who were getting processed. I think a total was about 600 people who got processed in that night. That was my company, which was my company. That's what we call ourselves. And right after that, we were given our uniforms. We were given all of our gear that we need. And we went outside, out in the cold at night, and we had to get all of our equipment checked to see if we had everything that we needed. We got blankets, we got pillows, we got canteen cups to drink water from, we got our uniforms, and then we were put into a squad bay. A squad bay is kind of like a long building, like a dormitory, and you share it with a lot of other people. There's 108 of us that started in my platoon.
So how are the beds? Are they like double deckers, or how are they? Okay.
Double decker beds with mattresses.
Like a bunk bed.
Yeah, bunk bed.
A bunk bed, right?
And they're all next to each other, with just a little bit of space in between them, so that you can be able to walk through.
Oh, really?
Yes. So I had a bunkmate, and started making friends a little bit. But the first night we didn't sleep at all. And the next day we had to go to medical to get our shots done, to get checked out, to see that everything's okay. And that's where it started. It was very difficult, but.
So that was the first day.
That was the first day, yes.
So I saw you had like a little a timetable, like like something that you had to follow every day.
Yes.
Did you have to go through all that? Like
Everything.
Before you started all that, where were your emotions?
Well, at first I was like, what the hell did I get myself into? Like you get there, you're getting yelled at, you don't know what to do. You're just completely overwhelmed. But I think I accepted it. Accepted that it was happening. I knew I was there for a reason. I knew that it was supposed to be like that. And if I push through it, I'll be alright. But it was very difficult because the first week we stood all day, every single day, 7 days straight, getting our uniforms, getting everything issued to us, going to medical, not sleeping, barely sleeping, like 4 hours a night.
Why were you sleeping 4 hours a night?
Because we had stuff to do. We had to wake up early, go do things, and then we come back home very late and get into racks. And they were also teaching us a lot of stuff.
Okay.
They're teaching us how to make our beds, how to do our pillows right, how to wear our uniforms right, how to shower. They teach you everything.
You went to shower?
Yes.
I thought you know how to shower.
There's some people who didn't know how to shower.
Really?
Yes. I had to teach some kid how to shower. His name was Barney.
What?
Yeah, it was crazy.
Okay.
19-year-old man, but we helped each other out. We were like, after a while, because it was very difficult, but you started realizing, that the person next to me is going through the same thing as I am.
Yeah.
And if I can make friends with them, we can go through it together. And slowly that started happening. And sooner or later, you had little groups. The little groups got bigger, and then everybody was talking to each other. But every single day was structured. Every single day you were doing a certain thing. Every single hour was dedicated to doing something. And yeah.
So what was your like the big moment, like the good thing that you can remember during your training?
Well, the big moment was graduating.
No, before graduating, like during your training, before like you then went to graduate.
I think it was when I finally settled in and I realized, well, I gotta put in what I want to get out of it. Like I remember this one time we were on a run, and our drill instructor told us, if you want to be first, you gotta put yourself with people who are first, so that you can get comfortable with that stuff. If you want to get better, you gotta hang out with better people.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was like, I'm hungry. He said, I am a hungry person. Like I always strive for better. I always strive, to be better than other people to be, because they're my competition. In the Marine Corps, it's a competition. Everything's a competition, and you want to be like that. And if you want to be first, if you want to be strong, you gotta hang out with strong people. You gotta hang out with tough people, fast people. So the next day we had a run workout. It It was 3 miles of sprints, and woke up. We went and got showered. We went and got food, and then went to the PT field, the physical training field. And I remember I was like, "This is it. You know, I'm here. Might as well use my talents. Might as well, you know, run as best as I can." And I was first every single time that we ran. So it was, you run about half a mile, you stop, and then you run half a mile again for 3 miles. But I was always leading, and the drill instructor noticed that, and he was like, "Okay, you're coming with me." So I'd run with him alone to the next checkpoint, and then I'd be waiting. But yeah, so the drill instructor, he called me and was like, "You know, you're really good at running. I would change, you know?" I was like, "Well, I just decided to use my talents."
Yeah.
And that's when I kind of realized, well, if I want to be stronger, if I want to be better, I just got to work on it. And from there on, things became easier, much easier, because I was fully applying myself. I was using all of my strength, and I pushed through, I persevered.
What was your lowest moment when you were training?
That's probably when I was the guide for the platoon. So like, every platoon is about 100 recruits, and there's one leader, and I was the leader for that. And as the guide, you're supposed to be the role model. You're supposed to be the leader. Like, you're supposed to take charge of everything. You're in the front of the platoon. You're in the face of the platoon, basically. And lowest point was having to command your peers. You know, it's very difficult to let's say you're an RN and there's another RN, and you know what's right, and they're doing something wrong, and then you tell them that the other RN is arrogant.
Yeah.
And they don't want to listen to you because they think that they have the knowledge, right?
Yeah.
So it's the same way like that.
Yeah.
So the drill instructors would say, "They're not listening to you, guys. They don't respect you. They're not listening to you. They don't respect you." And you know, you'd start having to start yelling. But you know, when I started yelling at them, it was well, this doesn't feel right, because I'm not gonna get them to do what I want them to do the way drill instructors want them to do. You know, the drill instructors do it, because the drill instructors just yell. And so I just sat down there, and it was very difficult because you have to get the platoon at certain places at a certain time. So at night we had this thing called BDR, which is you count how many people are in the platoon to see if everybody's there, and then you get checked by the drill instructors to make sure that you don't have any cuts, you don't have any blisters on your feet that are really bad. You don't need to go to medical for the next day. But before all that happens, everybody has to be at attention at a certain time before the horn sounds outside, and you have to have trays out with stuff in them, just lined up, and they have to be lined up exactly how they are. And the platoon doesn't listen, because right before BER, that's when our free time is. So people are reading letters. People are, they wanting to spend more time reading letters, and they didn't want to get away from that, of course, right? And you have to be okay, we need to go to BDR. So, the lowest point was realizing that I wasn't as good of a leader as I thought I was, but after a while it got better. And then I got pneumonia.
Oh, yeah.
That was pretty crazy, because I was sleeping in a spot that was really, really cold. And then I got fired from being the guy because I became sick. And when I was fired, I had to go back into the platoon and march with them, right? And I had never marched in the platoon like that. I was always in the front, doing my own thing, marching my own way, as a guy should march, looking the best in the platoon.
Yeah.
So I hadn't been able to practice the march in between people.
Right.
So I was really bad at it as well. So I had to I had to catch up, basically. They were already doing movements with rifles. I had to learn how to use a rifle, because the guy carries a stick with a flag for the platoon. So I didn't know how to do the stuff with rifles. So I was about 2 weeks behind on marching. And that was very difficult. There's a time my drill instructor told me, you should rethink your career choice, because you can't march. And I was really hurt.
So they really challenged you, right?
Yeah, exactly, yeah. But I became better. I got better at it. Ask the person behind me, how am I marching, watch me how am I marching, get some tips, and they give me their feedback. And we sooner or later got better, and become one of the best as well.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So what has changed in you, before when we took you to the base, and when you came back, when you graduated, what has changed you in your personal life?
I think the biggest thing would be confidence. Definitely confidence. I used to care what people think. It's whatever. You know, I don't really care what you think. I'm doing my own thing. You know.
Yeah.
Exactly. And it's a lot of little things like you know, like if your room is messy, you know, it's like a nagging feeling. I know what it is boot camp. What I'd say it does to you, it shows you the person you can be, and it makes you that person. So when you get out and start slacking off, you already have the vision of who you're supposed to be. So you have the roadmap to get there. And it's not that difficult because you've been doing it for 3 months straight, right? But it's very easy to slack off.
Yeah, it is.
You know, very, very easy to slack off. And yeah, I think that's what boot camp was for me. It showed me my true potential, who I could be. And yeah, it was very humbling to realize I wasn't as strong as I was supposed to be.
Yeah.
I wasn't the strongest, I wasn't the fastest, I wasn't the best leader, you know. But over time, I learned how to do all those things. I learned how to be strong. I learned how to be confident. I learned how to not care. I learned how to push through things even when they're really, really hard. And now doing simple things is like, well, I'm raking for an hour outside. Sure, it hurts, but I've done more than this. So
Yeah.
I can do this very easily, you know, definitely. And it gives you a baseline of how far you can push yourself, and you know how far you can push yourself. Yeah. That's what's gonna happen next. Next training cycle that I'm going to. It's gonna be even harder than boot camp. But I'm excited for it. I want to see how far I can push myself, how much stronger I can get.
So I need you to talk to a young man out there, maybe finishing high school or not knowing like what to do with their lives. So what can you tell them about the military? Because you've been there and you've graduated to become a Marine.
Well, if you're thinking about it, you don't got a lot to lose, honestly. You literally have nothing to lose. If you're thinking about it, you know, join the military. But if you're on the edge of it, you know, just sit on it. Sit on that thought. You know, whatever happens, happens. You know, it's God's will what happens to us. You know, I wouldn't say you don't have a choice, but God has a plan for you, and you should keep at it. You know, take your time. Don't rush through things. You know, be smart. Learn about money. If I would go back and tell my younger self, who just graduated high school, I'd tell him, hey, don't worry so much. Stop worrying about anything, you know? Just trust the people around you. They got you. And, you know, be strong. Start working out. Start getting bigger. Start learning about money. And, you know, save your money. That's a big one right there. Save your money. But also don't be afraid to, like, spend some money on yourself.
Right.
Don't be afraid to learn a lot of new things. Because right now is a prime time where you can learn a lot of things. It's a prime time you can set yourself up. You know, and if you go into the military at 18, not only do you get a good brotherhood, you also will get out at like 21 years old. You've got 4 years of experience. College is going to get paid for right after that. You've got health insurance for a while. You've got a lot of benefits. And if you're going to join the military, be smart about it. Be smart about the job that you want to get. Don't just join like the infantry because, oh, you want to go do infantry. I mean, of course, if you want to, do that, 100%. That's completely up to you, but be smart. If you don't think you're going to be in the military for long, get a job that's gonna help you out later. And it's not about chasing the money also. It's all about being content. It's all about being happy with where you're at. Whatever you have right now, you know, be grateful for it. Be grateful for everything that you have. Life might not seem good at times, but that's just how it goes. It can't be roses all the time, you know?
Right.
Not at all.
Yeah, so tell us, as we wind up, tell us about your medals.
This is this one I got right here as it's expert rifleman. So we had to shoot over there. We shot for 2 weeks straight, learning how to shoot. And as you shoot, you learn, you get better at it. And we shot from 100 yards, 200 yards, 300 yards, 500 yards, and I was one of the best. And I got this expert medal right here.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Okay. So thank you so much for coming and telling us a little bit about the Marine. Definitely. I wish you all the best. I am a very proud mom having this interview with you, and I wish you all the best.
Thank you.
The sky is the limit, Eric. You can do anything that you want,
definitely.
and even as you take your flight tomorrow, I wish you all the best.
Thank you.
And thank you for your service.
Thank
you for your service. So guys, that was a short interview. I hope that you enjoy it. So thank you, Eric, for coming, and I also thank our cameraman who was diligently making sure that this video was perfect. So thank you very much. So don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you and God bless you.